What's up, guys? Sub-Zero here, back for another VOD review, and today there is a new rank 1 in town. This is SpencerTFT, very often a high elo player, very often a grinder, and very often I think somebody who finds a comp and decides that he is just going to hard force it and play it a lot in an optimal way. Look at this insane top 4 rate. I mean, this line just up and to the right as a graph, and I mean, if you just look at the rest of the ladder, look, he's 300 LP, he's over 150 LP above Prestivant, and he's got less games than some of these people who have, way less LP than him. So just a completely smurfing performance from Spencer. And one of the things I wanted to talk about is a lot of his success was due to him playing a specific reroll comp. We're going to talk about this comp, this game. If you are one of those people who doesn't want to, doesn't care about the suspense, then I have a description of the comp in the description of this video. But if you want to be surprised, well, you're not going to have to wait too long because he's going to put the entire comp into the planner in about a second. So yeah, but I mean, it's interesting. This is a comp that I actually talked about when I was playing in playtest. I thought it was very, very strong. And it goes to show that, yeah, it was very strong. So we're going to put into the planner Poppy, Lillia, Zoe, and Ahri. This is the core of the comp. It is a 1-cost reroll comp that also uses Ahri, and eventually you're going to use Ahri's Arcana bonus to get a lot of value. But look at this, man. Spencer is hard forcing this here. He doesn't even pick up the 2-star Ziggs here, which is just insanity. And also, he just throws that into planner. I mean, he is certainly limit testing in this game, but sometimes limit tests go well. So yeah, we are going to finally pick up the Ziggs too. We do pick up a tier here, and then augment-wise, you can't really, if you want to play reroll, pick up either of these 2 augments. You kind of have to take Spoils of War here. The nice thing is that this comp, actually, if you can get to some 2-stars early, is very strong early. So I actually think Spoils of War is pretty reasonable. Help Us on the Way is also really, really strong. So maybe you could opt to go for Help Us on the Way because you don't think you're going to win streak in this situation. Yeah, he's certainly looking at the Help Us on the Way, but he's between the 2. Okay, and he's going to go Spoils of War here. All right, this is interesting. Yeah, he is just going to take this for the econ here. But he doesn't want to accidentally reforge his Zoe here. And this is just going to be the board for now. We're going to play a couple of 2-star units. We could actually get Encanter in here. Crazy, the world that we live in here, where I don't know how many people called stuff in his lobby, but Spencer is playing this comp. Let's see. Somebody called Cinder at the start, but like we certainly could have called Cinder this game and played Cinder. We have a Cinder and a Mordekaiser, but he just wants to try out this comp. He wants to hard force this comp, and look, our spot for it is pretty bad already. We have 1 Zoe. That is our hard force scenario in this situation. So I'm just excited to see where this game goes from this point because yeah, I would not expect this to be a good game from this place. Also, pretty stacked lobby. More and more high elo players are, climbing up early in the set. So we have Socks in the lobby, Cam Yuli, Connor is me, all very, very high elo names. So yeah, cool lobby to watch it for sure. There's a Ahri, so finally we pick up a unit, and just like that, already we are down. We are going to be open here. I wonder if it's actually... I think it probably makes sense to Lost Streak in this comp because Blue Buff must be one of Zoe's best items. And so you probably do want a Lost Streak to just kind of guarantee the Blue Buff here. And it's also fine because you're playing 1-cost reroll. So you'd actually be pretty happy about taking the 5 loss and then win streaking starting at 3-1 once you hit your board. We also got a little bit of Spoils of War value there. So not bad. We killed a unit, got 1 gold. Pretty sick here. But yeah, Carousel here. I assume we're going to be going for a Blue Buff if we can. I don't actually know what Zoe BIS is, so I'm interested to see what Spencer builds this game. Like I said, I would imagine it's, and yeah, he's looking over here to see if that person's going to yoink the blue buff. He is not, so it is a free tier for us. I would imagine something like Blue Buff Nashers. I can go explore and pull up the stats on Zoe 3 real quick, because Zoe 3 will be your primary carry. And then the other question is, who do you primary tank in this comp? Items. Blue Buff Nashers looks very, very good in the stats, so yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, this even says Blue Buff Nashers Shojin does pretty well, or just Blue Buff Nashers plus a damage item. Certainly Blue Buff Nashers, it looks like. Death Cap looks pretty good. Shojin doesn't even look that bad, though. Blue Buff Nashers Shojin might be a little too much, but so many people have talked about, like, the statistics on a lot of carries this set really support just building like infinite mana, and I'm not really sure why. I mean, I could see it on someone like an Encanter. I don't really know why you would want to build like infinite mana on somebody like Zoe. But in any case, we are continuing our win streak here, feeling pretty good, or our loss streak here, which is in many ways winning in the opposite direction. We're making gold. We are selling these units, and yeah, I mean, I would say this spot looks actually horrible if we wanted to play Zoe reroll here. This person also we just scouted is holding 3 Poppies, 3 Lillias as well, which is really scary for us. I I would say if I had to look at this spot and ask for an AVP, I would imagine that it's a bot 4. If we were playing Zoe Reroll from this spot, like just saying that we're playing Zoe Reroll, but you know, we'll see how the game goes for Spencer. You know, if it was an 8th, I wouldn't review it. So I mean, that goes to show. All right, still nothing interesting in our shops so far. Yeah, he's actually gonna roll here because he's afraid that he's gonna lose to Krugs, which is pretty wild here. And wow, he rolled actually a little bit deep, but he found the Ahri too at least, and is holding on to these Lillias, of course. But yeah, he's gonna keep the Wukong in here. The only downside is we might not be able to make gold here. Okay, this extra tier probably ends up being Static Shiv, and then I guess we kind of have to make a Bramble Vest here. Lesser Champ dupe is pretty good, and I fully imagine us that we're gonna roll at least down to like the 30s. I would think, with the amount of value. Wow, and we are actually getting a decent amount of stuff. Also note that Spencer, good APM, is picking up a lot of other 1 costs here to thin out the pool for 1 costs. Really, really diligent play here. We are going to itemize the Poppy because we will actually... yeah, we have 6 Poppies and much less Lilias, but now we have 7 Lilias with that last reroll, so now you could maybe make the argument that we start playing through Poppy. But yeah, I mean, these shops on 3-1 actually saved us a bit. We don't want to dip too low here because we don't want to be completely broke. Pandora's items actually is probably pretty good. Rare Rejuvenation, not amazing. Pandora's items tends to be... but you could probably just take team building here and just guarantee you hit your 3 stars here because our items are not that bad. Okay, we just go for Pandora's here. I think that's pretty reasonable as well. Now we get the Hecarim, who is a very, very fantastic addition onto this board. It's Arcana. And yeah, we're just rolling a little bit every round. We have a red buff now as a potential slam here. And yeah, we are just going to go for this red buff. I think... statistically, this is probably not like the best Zoe item, but it's a good slam, and I like Spencer's idea of just making a good enough item here. When you're playing 1 cost real, you can't really afford to lose out this stage. If you lose out this stage, then your game is just like Jover. So I think that makes sense. Wonder if he rolls here again, because like we're actually we're starting to get a little poor here, and we're still only 4 Zoes, which is the biggest issue. So yeah, I actually kind of like the no roll in this situation. We're not close enough to anything to send it 0 here. So I think this makes a lot of sense. And yeah, we have the Arcana in here. I guess our next level is 4 Bastion, because yeah, he just threw in the units that he's rerolling in this comp, but he hasn't actually put in the rest of the board, so I'm curious to see what the rest of the board actually looks like. So yeah, we are going to lose this fight, which is, yeah, quite a bummer. 5-0 feels pretty bad here. We're holding Giant's Belt here, and I guess we are rerolling that, looking for some kind of like AP item for Zoe, like a Rod item, I would think. You could also look for like Spark potentially. So I imagine it's Rod here. Yeah, Rod for either like Death Cap or like Spark, right? We still have no Marsh Red. Yeah, we have the Heal Cut and the Red buff, but none of the other stuff. Okay, so I mean, I think this is pretty reasonable. Hopefully we roll into Rod or like a JG or something like that. Archangel's probably not amazing. Random Minor Effect could be really good. We get a Shojin here, not bad. And yeah, we're going to hold the Rod, but we are not going to make like an Archangel's here. Archangel's one of the weaker items these days. I mean, in all days, honestly, it's been pretty bad for a long time. Okay, we're hoping that we can win this fight, though. We are fighting a level 7 Cinder 2, 5 Eldritch. This part is, I mean, I'm pretty sure this game, like... sometimes I get into games like this, and I'm like, am I VOD reviewing the wrong game? Because this game looks like just the fastest 8th of Spencer's life. Like, I don't understand how this game could even be a top 4. He's getting a couple of good units so far. Do you want Shivanate here? Okay, maybe he just takes Shivanate to... But now that component is stuck on Ahri, isn't it? Yeah, I hate... Unless these items, like, pop off now, unless they fix that. But I believe that means that this component is going to be stuck on Ahri, and his idea is that he's just going to hold this for Shojin Ahri, I guess. I don't know. I kind of hate that. But hey, at least it's going to save him a little bit of HP. Once again, really, really important. I mean, people have talked about how broken Zoe is. Oh, it does? Oh, it does pop off. It pops off the single components. Well, that's really nice that they added that. Yeah, I dig this a lot. We end up just selling the Hecarim here so that we can hold everything, because hitting everything is so important. Even hitting the Ahri is kind of important here. But we do finally start to hit here. We do have this duplicator. We're looking at the JG slam, but opt to not make it. Get some extra gold here, and now we kind of have to hit the whole board here. There's some Ahris, which is pretty good, because that's kind of like the least likely for us to hit. There is a Zoe here. I think you roll down until you hit one of these, and then just dupe the other. Love it. Okay, so we hit the entire board here. We are Arcana-ing the Ahri, which is... with 4 units, 3-star. I don't actually know how much AP it is, but I think it's a decent number of AP. We're going to throw the tier onto Ahri, which is surprising to me. We're more interested in making Ahri items than we are in making our first tank item. I guess the idea is that tier is going to be static shit, but we could have slammed static shiv if we wanted to, so surely he doesn't want to make static shiv. Interesting. So he's just looking for an Ahri item here. Huh. I would have looked at like maybe just making a Poppy item, but yeah. All right, Spellblades is completely broken, so we will definitely take that. Component Anvil looks pretty good. Ahri, I mean, blue buff looks fine on her, actually. Yeah, make the blue buff for Ahri. And then we're going to level 4 Bastion, so this is going to be our board. And then I guess the idea further and further is that we just add more Arcana, right? So we level for 4 Bastion, and then eventually that Bastion probably becomes Taric, and then we just keep adding Arcana as the game goes on. I think that makes sense. And let's see this comp in action. We have, and we even slammed the JG here, we have 0 combat for our first 2 augments. We have 1 combat augment overall here. So let's see what we can do. We fight a Kassadin board and just one tap everything. I feel after watching that fight that this must be a really, really good comp into Kassadin, right? Because you can just single target burst down that Kassadin so easily. This Zoe unit is fantastic for that. Whereas, you know, like Kassadin normally, you have a lot of trouble killing it with units like Syndra, where Syndra's not, I mean, she's like AoE, but she's not completely single target. But Zoe seems so good into Kassadin because she can just burst down everything. Even stuff like this this comp where like they're gonna eventually play for Nunu 3. I mean, the amount of damage that the Zoe's outputting is just insane here, especially with this blue buff, man, doing work 5k damage here from the Zoe already. So you can start to see how this game could potentially not be an 8th. We hold this tier here, I guess, for the Static Shiv. Yeah, okay, we're gonna take Static Shiv here. He wanted to take the Morgana, I think, but he just couldn't get there. Zoe does have inbuilt MR Shred, but I still imagine you like the Static Shiv. The only thing, though, is that I feel like Zoe's the type of comp where you would prefer Spark to Shiv. But I mean, I guess this is just a spot where we have to make it. I really want him to hover Arcana here so I can actually see the numbers, because I have no clue what the numbers... I have not Arcana'd Ahri for the entire set so far, I would say. But yeah, it's interesting. Spencer seems to really prioritize damage items here over tank items. The idea just being that with 4 Bastion, you're getting enough tank stats and you can really prioritize damage. I certainly want to watch more VODs of him and other people playing it so I can get a sense for... Oh, did he hover? Did he hover Arcana there, or was that just him hovering Bastion? I want to see. No, he hovered Bastion for fun. Mad. I mean, I guess there is certainly the idea that you do just get a lot of inherent tank stats out of playing this stuff. Just playing the 4 Bastion, you get a bunch of armor and MR, and your tanks are already inherently going to have a lot of HP. Ooh, this is a huge one, right? This is how Spencer killed me in my game, is that he took this, and I believe it starred up one of his 3 stars into a 4 star, and he had a 4-star Lillia, which is like, I didn't even know the thing could happen, but okay, we just see 3-star Nunu here, which is a little bit of a bummer, but I believe if you have all of your 1 and 2 costs 3-starred, then it just 3 stars one of them, and like it 4 stars one of them, which once again, yeah, I didn't know it was even possible, but I definitely fought a 4-star Lillia that was unkillable in my game against him. But you can see this is a 1-cost reroll comp that usually should start to be falling off around this stage, but look, man, look how much work these fights do not look close at all. Just 1 blue buff onto Zoe, and it's just easy mode here. I didn't actually see what component he saved there. He saved Rod. Wow, so he's still just looking for last Ahri item. No way we're taking Morello here. Yeah, I mean, Gunblade's the only takeable damage item, and yeah, we're going to go for the Gunblade here. So 6 damage items completed before a full, before a second tank item. This is wild to me. But I mean, I think his idea is that maybe you don't even need to care. You just go to 1-tap the entire board. Poppy and Lillia buy enough time just being dudes. And yeah, I mean, I'm sure you would build tank items if you ended up in a spot for it. He's also holding 4 Scholar here, which looked kind of interesting. As potentially his level up. I guess it kind of makes sense. You would get out of Arcana here. Like, you'd get out of the Tom Kenshin, play 4 Scholar is his idea, maybe? I guess we'll see. Curious to see what this level up is. I guess he's also looking at potentially, and yeah, he is going to go for that 4 Scholar. 4 Bastion, 4 Scholar is going to end up being his board. Of course, you still fit in Arcana, but the idea is that the mana generation for 4 Scholar on both of our carries is going to be more important. Dude, look at this! That was a Kassadin that just jumped on our backline, and our Zoe just bopped him in the... She just 1-tapped him in the face, man. It was not even close. Oh my god, just watching this comp is so insane. Next level would just be, oh, there's actually world, yeah, Nora actually seems like a really good in here. I wonder though if you're actually interested in like playing it. We're just sending it down here to look for, oh, there's Taric. Oh, Taric fits beautifully. You get Portal in here. Oh, that's the board. Okay, so this looks like the default board. Obviously, like you could play Milio over Bard, I guess, if you find him. But you actually fit Portal onto this board. That's really cute with Zoe plus Rise plus Taric. I mean, it makes sense. And then, yeah, you can play 4 Bastion, 4 Scholar, get the 2 Arcana in, and the next level is probably, I mean, like, I would say it's Xerath, but you're probably still keeping the Ahri pair just for all the AP that you're getting. I would think so. I have to imagine finally that we're going to tank our second tank item here in like the Warmogs or this, okay, well, nope, we're not going to get a tank item here, so we're going to take Taric with Shojin, and then we're probably Shojining Oh, fairy +1 here. Oh, okay. Fairy +1 here. That's HP for Lillia. Okay. And then who are we ferrying? Just like Rise? Okay, it's a little bit of HP. I don't know. Seems. I guess the other option is you could reroll this Fairy Charm. He's going to duplicate the Bard as well. You could reroll the Fairy Charm, but there's not much. I mean, you could find Portal, but like, what is Portal doing? Yeah, so I think Fairy Charm's pretty good here. And my god. Just look at this Zoe go, man. She's just machine gunning through the entire board. He's looking at this. Okay, I want to see damage. 9k damage from the Zoe, and he's just cruising, right? 9 streaks since he hit this board. And remember thinking about this early game. This early game looked horrible. We had no, like, the only upside is we had a good loss streak and we had pretty decent items, but even, like, red buff is not Bis Zoe, I don't think. Like, we had almost no units. This was a hard force of this comp with no real, it's not even like we had silver ticket to help us hit. We just hit everything. Look, we're fighting mismatched Sox level 9 board. I'm curious to see how the comp does here. Will we finally take a loss against Sox's level 9 board? No, we're not gonna lose. Okay, let's just look back here and look at the board that we just fought here and beat. This is Sox, level 9 here. He has 2 econ augments, okay? But he's got a Syndra 3 and then 6 shapeshifter, and then this thingy. It's, wait, is this 6 shape? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. It's 6 shapeshifter. It's kind of an awkward board from Sox. I can see us winning this, honestly, but he's level 9. It's actually pretty surprising that this fight was, I mean, when you look at Syndra as being the most broken comp right now, the fact that we I mean, I would say stomped this board, but actually was a very close fight. But the fact that we won this fight so hard is wild. Ooh, a couple of Hecarim's. I mean, if you go for Hecarim 3, you get a little bit more AP onto your team. So, I mean, if you can get it, sure, why not? But yeah, I'm blown away. 39 HP win streaking here. The second that we hit the board, we just never lost another fight. He's thinking about selling the Hecarim. Yeah, I mean, Hecarim 3 is pretty fake here, I would imagine. Taking just a decent combat charm here. I have to imagine this is a tank item, finally. Okay, Warmogs. Just, or Redemption. Yeah. I'm not actually sure which one's better there. I was thinking Warmogs because I like Warmogs a lot nowadays, but maybe it is Redemption. Redemption does give you the ability to heal your other big tanks here. Okay, so we're fighting a pretty strong Kog'Maw board. Also, just stomped. Ahri's still full HP at the end of that fight. I mean, I hate to say it, but this comp might be broken, guys. The level here, just to have a little bit of extra something to play. We end up fitting Rakan here, who fits in as Preserver. Oh, and then Rakan could also actually just be your level 9 on this comp. If we didn't have Fairy +1, he would be Fairy and Preserver. Ah, wow. This comp actually fits together really, really beautifully on level 8 and level 9. There's just like a lot of nice units that you can add. So, hey, I'm getting the tech on how to play this comp. You had Rakan on 9, and you had Rise and the Tark on 8. I mean, it makes sense. There's Rise too, finally. Yeah, I guess you can take life insurance here because we're kind of poor. And then he's going to roll once just in case there's a Tark in shop. And yeah, I mean, this is going to be our board. Preserver on the entire board makes a lot of sense. The healing is really, really nice. This guy got Preserver +1, which is so gross here. This is like one of the best charms you can get, and we're down a combat charm, so I don't know if we can beat this. This is like a kind of shapeshifter karma type setup here. Actually, this fight doesn't even look close. Oh my god. Just the full streak to finish out the game and the easy first from Spencer here. I want to show the final comp here if I can pause it. I mean, this comp certainly looks disgusting after watching it, and after looking at Spencer's match history, I think looks really, really, really strong. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, let me know how your games go with this comp. This might be the next broken hotness. So yeah, let me know, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.